Hi violas, I'm Izzy, I'm 16 and I live in Wales. And we at NYO have been trying to think of ways that we can all still join and play together, even though we obviously can't see each other in person. Because I think that's what we all really love most about music, that kind of collaboration of making amazing music. And we'd really love it if you could join us for this special performance of Jupiter that you probably know about already. And I just thought that I'd share some tips of how we can get, or you can get yourself sounding as brilliant as I know you can. So yeah. So the first general tip I have is to listen to this piece, mainly because it's absolutely brilliant, and it will also help you understand the context of the melody and how big of a deal it is when it comes, because it's absolutely awe-inspiring. It's amazing. So yeah, go and do that. And when you get down to playing and practicing it, I think the best thing we can do is focusing on a really, really gorgeous, huge, cuddly sound. So that was quite three kind of different words, but they all work well together. So I have 3 points that I want to talk about in terms of, kind of 3 or 4, I don't know, that I want to talk about in terms of how we can make a really gorgeous sound. So the first thing is our point of contact. So that is, for those of you who don't know, where the bow is on the string in like this. So what I found, everyone's viola is different, let's just remember that. But what I found for my viola, and I think most violas, is that it kind of in the middle works best. So because I think you'll find that over here is just a little bit too floaty, and it's very gorgeous, but I think that's not quite what we're looking for. And if we go too near the bridge, it's a bit brash, and that's not really what we're trying to achieve either. So yeah, just play around with that and find the best point of contact for this kind of big warm sound. The second thing we want to think about is using lots of bows. So the way I like to think about it, this isn't actually what happens, I just need you to remember that. But the way I like to think about it, kind of metaphor for this, is that your string is a cylinder. It is, we know that. But that it is spinning when you pull your bow. So kind of like a pencil. You can even practice this with a pencil. So if you put a pencil on the table and get it to spin around as you pull your bow. So that's the kind of idea of what I want to think about. So when you pull your bow, the faster you can get your string to spin, the bigger the sound you'll make. So yeah, I think that's a really good thing to think about. But what we do have to remember is that the viola is quite different. I'm not assuming you're all violinists. I don't think you are. You're definitely violists. But we have to remember that on the viola, it's a lot harder than the violin to spin the string. So to make sure it spins fast enough, we have to use a bit of extra arm weight. So what I want you to do is put your bow on the string like this. Probably on the G. I think that's kind of the best thing to try this on, or the C. Makes a pretty cool sound, or both, whichever. And hang your arm off the bow, supporting with your left hand. Make sure you don't drop your bow, but kind of pull down as much as you can, let your arm be really floppy, and then pull the bow along. It sounds awful, but that is a really good exercise to find out how much arm weight we can use without essentially dropping our bow. So what we're going to have to do to make this gorgeous sound is for our fortissimo, especially at the end, is to experiment until we can make a big sound, but one that doesn't scratch. So you know how much arm weight you can use, this much. So you're going to just lighten that a little bit. So you can really use quite a lot. So yeah, just think about that and try and experiment with how big you can make it. But do remember that at the start we're only at mezzo forte, so don't use all your arm weight before we get to the fortissimo. And yeah, let's get on to playing it. Oh, and the final thing I have, sorry, is to use your open strings, because I think that always really helps. Because what I try and do, personally, is that when I'm playing using all my open strings, I try to make all the other notes sound like open strings. So although that's kind of, I think it's kind of unachievable, but we can definitely try, and I think that really helps our sound just in general. So yeah, just think about that, and off we go. If you want to play along, you can. If you want to watch, feel free. Thanks for watching. See you on the 29th of May.